in the last decade, I saw amazing things around DevOps and operation engineering, and also seeing data engineering and data science being used to recommend us movies or to detect bank frauds got me thinking, how can I use that at my work too? And here are some examples, simple ones. We had a staging environment where we deployed services in containers. Anyone could run any container on it. The problem was people tend to forget about their old running containers, and writing cleaning script wasn't good enough for us. So we collected information about the containers and tagged their duration time and when they can be deleted. Then we processed that data table using a decision tree algorithm, and we got a machine that predicts when to stop and to delete any given container. That was awesome. Because one day we realized some Chinese guy was trying to run Bitcoin miners on our environment, but didn't manage thanks to our trained machine. The second thing was that it took us months to merge new changes to production, and we wanted to reduce that time. We tried to do it by breaking testing stage into small parts and run them in parallel, but that didn't do any significant long-term impact. So we collected metadata about testing builds, things like the duration time, the operating system that was used, what host ran the tests, the size of the change, and etc. First, we found out that on a particular host, tests were slower than on others, and it was due to bad kernel configurations on that host, which we later fixed and made things work better for us. We also use support vector machine to set up timeouts to tests. If that timeout reached, the test was suspended and the resources were relocated to the next commit in the queue, while someone was investigating why the test took longer than we thought. And obviously, if it was a false alarm, we always could continue the test from that point thanks to containers and snapshot, and we updated our history data so we can train our machine and set better timeouts. Now we were in a stage where when a test failed or was suspended, it would take us days to figure out why. Which brings me to the next thing, and that's a better way to determine why tests fail or were suspended. Now I'm going to throw a lot of buzzwords. So using IDF-TF to vectorize bigrams from known issues logs, we discovered unique keywords that indicate on those issues. Basically, we could predict why a new test build didn't pass successfully by looking up for these keywords in the log files. That was great. It saved us time looking what part failed and got us focused on how to fix it. Moreover, if a new issue was raised, we had to investigate it only once. During that time, I learned new algorithms and methods to solve challenging problems. I got exposed to libraries and tools in Python and Elasticsearch that I wouldn't have. In the future, I hope to see more data science in DevOps and operation engineering. Things like a machine that summarizes a failure log for me will really help me instead of going through all the data, all the log, understanding what's happening. Or a machine that deploys my source code without scripts, Docker files, or configuration management. Simply by determining the programming language and packages that are used, it will generate the Docker file for me. Awesome. And ultimately, the holy grail of all, with deep learning and reinforcement, to have SysOps bots that will do our tedious work while we will do the fun and interesting stuff. Thank you.